Think back to how you learned your first language. It wasn't through tedious study sessions or endless drills. Did you pore over grammar books or memorize verb conjugations? No, you didn't. You learned by being surrounded by the language every day. Of course not. You listened, you mimicked, you immersed yourself in the language organically. You picked up words and phrases naturally, just by being part of conversations. Learning Korean can be the same. It's about experiencing the language in its natural habitat, not dissecting it under a microscope. Engage with the culture, the people, and the everyday life. Ditch the fear of making mistakes and dive right in. Mistakes are part of the learning process. They help you grow and improve. Instead of getting bogged down by grammar rules, focus on understanding how Koreans actually speak. Watch Korean dramas, listen to K-pop, and pay attention to the nuances of the language. Surround yourself with the sounds of the language. Immerse yourself in the culture, and let the language come to you naturally. The more you expose yourself to Korean in real-life contexts, the more fluent you'll become. Traditional language learning often emphasizes grammar as the foundation. While grammar is important, fixating on it can hinder your progress, especially in the beginning. Imagine trying to speak Korean while constantly recalling grammar rules. It's like trying to ride a bike while analyzing the physics of balance. You'll likely end up frustrated and discouraged. Grammar is a tool for refinement, not the building block of fluency. By prioritizing practical communication, you'll naturally internalize grammar rules through consistent exposure and practice. Our brains are hardwired for language acquisition, a remarkable ability that sets us apart from other species. We learn by recognizing patterns and making connections, constantly processing and integrating new information. This method is far more effective than simply memorizing isolated rules or vocabulary lists. This natural learning process applies to any language, including Korean, which may seem complex at first. Think about how children learn their native language. They don't understand grammar concepts, yet they instinctively grasp sentence structures and vocabulary through repeated exposure and interaction. Immerse yourself in Korean content, such as dramas, music, and conversations, and your brain will start to decode the language's patterns organically. Over time, you'll begin to anticipate sentence structures, recognize common phrases, and understand the nuances of the language. This intuitive understanding will help you grasp how the language flows, making communication more natural and effective. Section 4. Experts agree. It's about patterns, not rules. Linguists and polyglots agree. Fluency stems from pattern recognition, not rote memorization. Dr. Stephen Krashen, a renowned linguist, emphasizes the importance of comprehensible input, exposure to language that's slightly above your current level. This input, filled with familiar patterns and new vocabulary, pushes your brain to make connections and expand its linguistic understanding naturally. By focusing on understanding the meaning in context, you'll unconsciously absorb the grammatical nuances embedded within the language. Section 5. Unlock fluency, practical tips for Korean learners. Learning a new language can be challenging, but with the right approach, it can also be incredibly rewarding. Start by immersing yourself in Korean media you enjoy, dramas, music, podcasts, YouTube channels. This not only makes learning fun, but also helps you get used to the natural flow and rhythm of the language. Don't worry about understanding everything. Focus on grasping the gist and identifying recurring patterns. Over time, you'll start to recognize common phrases and vocabulary. Engage in conversations with native speakers as soon as possible. This real-world practice is invaluable and helps build your confidence. Language exchange apps and online communities offer excellent opportunities to practice speaking and receive feedback. These platforms connect you with native speakers who can help correct your mistakes and improve your pronunciation. Focus on learning practical phrases and sentence patterns that are commonly used in everyday conversations. This will make it easier for you to navigate daily interactions and express yourself clearly. This will equip you to communicate effectively in real-life situations. Remember, consistency is key. Practice a little every day, and soon you'll see significant progress in your Korean language skills. Section 6. Your Korean adventure starts now. Don't let the fear of grammar hold you back from embarking on your Korean language journey. Embrace the joy of learning through immersion, pattern recognition, and practical application. Remember, every mistake is a step towards fluency. Embrace the challenges, celebrate your progress, and never lose sight of your motivation for learning this beautiful and rewarding language. Now, go out there and start speaking Korean. Your future self will thank you for it.